So number one, that's what make it worse than slavery any day. Because when black people saw each other back then, it wasn't to kill each other. Now it's to kill each other. When black people woke up as slaves, their idea was to one day be free, not to look out in the slave quarters and bring oppression to the slave quarters. You see what I'm saying? That 400 years of slavery doesn't have nothing on the 50 years of cycles of gun violence and mayhem that's been black on black. You know what make it worse? You know what make it worse? You know what's worse than anything? You killing your mama, you killing your brother, you killing the people in your family that live in your house. That's worse than anything. Than you going outside of your house doing anything to anybody. And that's what gangbanging is doing, homie. We in the house. And when we go outside, we worrying about them, man, when you killed my cousin, man, look what you're doing inside your house. How can you justify it? And everybody he asks, you always see they have to go. They don't never have a. You always see that
people always asking me, and I want to know I live in Detroit, but like Chicago famous for their gangs. Y'all known for y'all organized gangs. I remember. What's the name of the most like prominent gangs in Chicago?
I don't know about all that. Stone Runner though. We out here.
Black Disciples.
Shit. Money Block shit.
What kind in this like the Inglewood section of the South Side, right? Yeah. So what kind? What kind of gangs in this area?
Shit. Stone. Money Block. Stone.
Money Block shit. Money Block shit.
There ain't nobody little more.
Oh, okay.
Still, that's how it go. Real regular shit. You feel me?
Okay, now. I know, like in now, do y'all have like if you wanted to see gangs? Do you see gangs like standing on the street? Do they wear the same clothes? Like you know,
yeah, that shit old days.
Right. That
clothes shit you wearing.
Yeah, because people like Detroit got some gangs too, but people always ask me, well, how come I don't see gangs? They think they stand on the street like bandanas on their head. Like, don't nobody do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
That shit old, bro. Don't nobody doing that shit, man. That shit old days, man.
Yeah, like now gangs is low key. People low key, and I know in Detroit they low key, and what they do is they form a gang and they do certain things together. They might commit crimes together.
That's the only thing you can do unless these niggas won't smoke. You know?
Okay. Okay. So like now, why don't we get into y'all want to talk about y'all little? What's up? Okay, but I don't want to get nobody. If you want me to show it, I'll show it, but I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Like.
Okay. And that's how it is out here every day. That's how everyday shit for us. On that weed, what that weed at?
Whole lot of gang shit.
I don't want to get nobody. If you want me to show it, I'll show it, but I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Like.
Okay. And that's how it is out here every day. That's how everyday shit for us. On that weed, what that weed at?
Whole lot of gang shit.
We just trying to make it though.
Shout out Young Charlie, man. Most valuable player, MVP _ Young Charlie. MVP _ Young Charlie,
man. Mac Block, that's the game, man.
Mac Block shit, man.
Money Block shit.
Money Block MB, man. We take Chief Lobo up next, man. You know how we bumming, man.
Beat it up, man. They already know. We finna take this shit over. Everybody looking, they wanna know what's going on.
Put the camera on this car. Put the camera on this car too. This how it is every day out here, bro. You ain't from here, we tell you how it is. We on every car. We ain't no shit. That ain't nobody. Swing the camera back. That's how we coming out, bro. Put that bitch on my homie.
That's what's wrong with the neighborhood, man. When we trying to talk, they don't understand us, man. I'm locked in the system. They don't understand you when you behind that. You feel me? Your homie died. You feel me? You see that shit before your eyes. They don't understand you. They want to talk to a whole lot of talk.
You seen somebody get killed before?
Yeah, man. My homie in my arm, man. Come on. This shit real. We out here.
This shit bigger than all that. We just don't be wanting to say that shit. We know people interested in that shit, but it's a lot of shit that can't be said in this shit. You feel me? Like you was saying, gangs and shit all around this bitch.
All around. That shit ain't gonna never stop.
These niggas ain't no shit though, but you feel me? What we on right now? Money Block CC shit. You feel me? Money Block shit. I'm gonna take you over there on my block. This 4 block, we do this shit together, man. We
trying to get out. Bro and the D got the D locked down. We taking trips. He making
I got the D locked down.
Alabama, you catch me in Miami, all that shit, we doing this shit, man.
Where you just came from, bro? You just going on
Look,
tour.
I don't even want to talk.
You just got back.
I don't even want to talk, man. Look, they better be paying attention though, man. A whole lot of shit going on, for real though.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Man,
Bro on some public shit before me, you feel me? But my manager said I can't publish shit right now. I don't know what reason, but you know he said stage behind it, you know. But it's kind of soon, man. Everybody that's all that out here. Ain't no broke. We ain't out here broke. You know, we got money. We ain't never broke. You feel me? Motherfuckers that don't like to do this shit. You feel me? Big choppers, everything. What I'm finna say? I'm finna shoot this video too, man. I want everybody to turn up.
Well, y'all show ain't got a loss of words.
We ain't shy at all, bro.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, are you in the game?
Hell yeah. I'm in the game, you feel me? I know my mama ain't wanted me to be in the game, but it's my environment. This shit got me like this. It ain't, you feel me?
Okay, which game if you want to say?
070, Chopper City, Chunky City. I'm
okay.
I'm 070.
And so let me, okay, what?
Shit, we on Money Block right now. I'm gonna take you to my end and see how that shit is. This shit all the same shit though. We gotta be on every car that ride past. Every car that ride past, we gotta be on that bitch. You feel me? Every car that come past, we gotta be on these cars, cause people like to attempt.
What y'all think? Somebody gonna drive past, start shooting or something?
That's the key. And niggas be
y'all got people after y'all? Huh? Y'all got people after y'all that want to get y'all?
So what? This whole Chicago war zone. Look, you see how you ain't noticed every car that rule past my real. This how we gotta live, bro. You think this shit sweet?
Let me ask you: is it how you gotta live, or is it how you wanna live?
It's how you gotta live, bro. I don't wanna live like this. Why you think I'm rapping and trying to get the fuck out of here? I don't wanna live like this. But this how I fight.
You ain't got no time, your people.
This how I fight.
Now let me see. Did the city like? I know back, cause I got a partner in Detroit. He used to live in some of the old projects. Did the city get better or worse when they tore down all them old Cabrini Greens and Robert Taylor and all of that stuff?
I'm gonna let them talk.
When they tore down the project, they put everybody all through the area, all through the hood. When they tore down the project, they gave motherfuckers fake dreams, false hopes, telling motherfuckers the project's gonna be back straight. The projects ain't been straight since. It's white people in that bitch. Bills through the roof, motherfuckers all through the blocks and shit now. Inglewood, out west, everything, shit going on.
Do Chicago even have any more? I know they got what they call them ones way down there, the Altgale Gardens or something.
Yeah, but that shit ain't like the buildings. Ain't nothing gonna be like the buildings, bro.
Well, they ain't got no more they ain't got no more high-rise projects, do they?
That's what I'm saying. That shit over with. All that stuff.
The bills through the roof. We can't pay that shit.
Oh, bro, them great. You heard what he said? No fun up, bro. But on some real shit, bro. Man, all that other shit, bro, like, them buildings, they only made the city worse. You feel me? They made the environment worse by spreading everybody over around the city. Like,
right, that's what I heard.
Motherfuckers been at war back in old days in the buildings.
Right.
But it ain't shit changed, it just got worse. Not shorties, young kids like to hold guns. This shit popular. Everybody in their music videos with guns, this shit popular.
You bring the greens on the north side though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's so many, bro. I can't even name them bitches, bro. There's so many projects out here. They just tore them bitches down. Them people knew what they was doing, bro. They tore them bitches down. Put them people out here. Motherfuckers killing shit.
When I was created, shit, we was right here. We had this. My people was already in the shit. I ain't had no choice. I was getting jumped on shit. I had to go to school. School's on the out shit. Hey, yo, uncle.
Let me ask you a question. If you grow up in this neighborhood, are you better off in a gang or not in a gang?
You ain't gonna be in no game, but you gonna get your ass fucked. That's how you take it, type shit.
Man, that's the hardest question.
Look. If you grew up right here and your people's from right here, and the niggas, your people shooting and killing, you feel me?
You can't walk to school over there.
And they little brother and them, they on your ass regardless. Your brother and them, they gonna whoop you all type of shit. So what you gonna do? Just sit back here now? You gonna rap for your brother? These my brothers. We done lost brothers, all type of shit. SP, my boy, Loke, Mac, all that shit. You feel me?
For real, bro.
I'm from court, man. I'm fighting. Real case, traumatized off the shit. You feel me? I could be going to my own cow. I love my brothers. I love my mama. I love everything. I'm risky. Make my people out. You feel me? That's why I grew up. What that shit about?
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. Shalom. It's your brother Maz Naim back with a quick lesson. Lord willing, to be edifying. But first and foremost, I start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rahakwa Kudash. His name, Heavenly Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit in the Hebrew tongue. Secondly, I give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for bringing us this truth in 100% form. Salutations to the Atham who helped spread that truth to the four corners of the earth. That's the brethren. Shalom to the Aquaf listening and learning. In the household doing right. To the few, I like to say shalom. And that's you women out there. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And that's what I'm going to entitle this lesson. Because our people, the 2/3, most specifically, are destroyed for a lack of knowledge in these times. Because the awakening has started to take place. And yet Esau's trickery and witchcraft through the media, through the banking system, right? Through the financial systems has did what? Has rotten out my people. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because of what? Esau didn't want them to know who they were. And without knowing who you are, you become whatever Esau, who the wicked, whoever the world wants you to become. And so you are a Frankenstein of such. You know the story of Frankenstein, right? You're a monster created in the likeness of the creator. Esau, Edom. And my people, the 2/3 specifically, are Frankensteins of Esau. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Right? These people can't be a priest to the Lord. They're completely gone. All right? In the clip I showed you, right? Slavery, yes, it was bad. But these last 50 years have even made Jake worse. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 from the top. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. And who's those children? These 2/3. Hosea chapter 4 verse 7. As they were increased, so they sins against me. Therefore will I change their glory. Right? The Israelites used to be glorified. But now look at what we glorify. Drug culture, drinking, smoking, bringing death upon yourself. Death, no family, standing out there on the corner like a thug. That is like literally popular culture for the black American, right? Black, meaning what? Evil, right? Evil people. You people even call yourself black. God damn. You people are fucking lost and gone. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Hosea chapter 4 verse 7. As they were increased, so they sins against me. Why? Because we are the ones who can sin against the Lord. That's you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. We are the only people that can sin against the Lord. Why? Because the statutes and commandments were given to us. And what is sin? The transgression of the law. Right? Hosea chapter 4 verse 7 from the top. As they were increased, so they sins against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. Okay? And it's a shame we're at this state. As you've seen in the clip above, I'm ashamed to even look at those brothers, man. Right? I'm ashamed. I don't even want to be associated with them. I feel to my most like, gosh, man, look at what Esau has done. You know, you got to sit back and really suck this in and take it in the contrast, in the context, Salakia. Barak chapter 2, verse 31. And shall know that I am the Lord. Oh, Salakia, my bad. Barak chapter 2, verse 29. If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter thee. Well, I will scatter them, Salakia. And see, that happened. Okay? We're sitting here, we are in the scattered within the nations, these heathens. Some of us are in America, Babylon the Great, right? And guess what? They rule over us in Babylon the Great. Look at the culture in which they promote upon us in Babylon the Great. Because why? The Edomites got all the money to show. The Edomites got all the money to support. The Edomites got all the money to start these so-called rappers and people we look up to, these athletes, these entertainers. And so they put it in their pockets and make us want to be like them. You know, want to be what? Like LeBron James. Want to be like what? Chief Keef. Right? Who put the money in Chief Keef's pocket? Right? The so-called white man, the Edomites. And the Edomites are using that to destroy us. Barak chapter 2 verse 29. If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations. We're only 13% so-called of America, right? The so-called black man. Where I will scatter them. Right? The white man is so-called the majority. Barak chapter 2 verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me. Right? They would not hear me. Why? Because you're a stiff-necked people. For I knew you would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. Right? And this is the elect coming back to their heritage. And you can see that taking place today. Right? The elect. Not everyone. Not everyone, right? Because the clip I showed you was recently. Chicago. Very recently are they lost as such. But you got people like me and you who come to these scriptures and listen day in, day out. Who seek after the Lord day in, day out. Who try to follow the commandments to the best of our abilities day in, day out. Right? What are we doing? Barak chapter 2 verse 30. For I knew that they were stiff, Salakia. For I knew they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And that's what's going on right now. Verse 31. And shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. A heart goes into your mind, right? And so that would go into understanding, right? He's given his elect the understanding to wake up, to see this, right? A lot of what they said was, oh, this is life. You know, this is my environment. It is what it is. We got to get this money out here, right? They don't see nothing more than that. In the clip I showed you, right? They can't see anything more than that in the situation they was put in, the situation they was put in. But the elect, right, will come to the conclusion that something's not right. Something's up with this place. Barak chapter 2 verse 31. And shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart which goes into your mind, right? A mind to hear. And ears to hear, to understand, right? Hearing goes into understanding. You kind of can understand, okay, this is why, right? The Edomites are the reason why, man. And it needs to be stopped, okay? But my people, they're destroyed because of a lack of knowledge. If they would know who they are and come back to these commandments and law statutes of our God of Israel, they would be able to surpass these Edomites and his snares and traps. Okay, Exodus chapter 32 verse 11. And Moses besought the Lord his God and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt, with great power and with a mighty hand? Verse 12. Salakia. I want to start at Exodus chapter 32, verse 9. And the Lord said to Moses, I have seen this people and beheld, it is a stiff-necked people, right? We don't understand the Lord. We don't try to seek after the Lord, right? We stuck in our own ways. Just like Jake, he was saying in the clip I shared, this is just our environment. But no, he's just being stiff-necked, right? Exodus chapter 32, verse 9. And the Lord said to Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Verse 10, now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may be wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make thee a great nation. Right? These 2/3 have to be consumed by the Lord. Right? After he does what? Wax hot, which means what? Nuclear destruction. We've gotten to these. Nuclear missiles are about to hit Babylon the Great, and they're going to burn in what you call the lake of fire, man. Okay, and what the scriptures call the lake of fire. Exodus chapter 32, verse 10. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. What's that? The elect will be made a great nation. After the heathens pay their price, their world comes to an end, right? The 2/3 are burnt up and have to come back through the seed of the elect. Will he make thee a great nation? Okay? But the elect doesn't understand, the 2/3, Salakia, doesn't understand that. Then they won't understand that. They can't comprehend it. As you can see, they still stuck in that same, darkness, right? They call themselves black, which goes into evil, right? And that's all a part of this culture in which Esau has built for them, making them the Frankenstein. But I just want to end off right here. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1. I'm going to go down to probably verse 12. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. Yeah, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, right? They're not doing that. They're going to get Glocks under the porch, right? They're going to, made by Esau, by the way. They're going to get drugs, talking about rocks and blows, right? But they're not searching for what? Understanding, right? Verse 4, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hidden treasure, verse 5, then thou shalt understand the fear of the Lord and find knowledge of God. And that's why these people are so lost. They lack the knowledge of God. Verse 6, for the Lord giveth wisdom out of his mouth, cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is the buckler of them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the path of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. And who is his saints? You so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. Okay, the Israelites. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 9. Then shall thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity. Yeah, every good path. Then wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, unto your soul, right? When you start getting into this word and these scriptures, you'll start loving, righteousness, the path, of knowledge and wisdom. Okay, Proverbs chapter 2, verse 11. Discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee. Verse 12, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh forward things, who leave the path of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness. Verse 14, who rejoice to do evil and delight in forwardness of the wicked. Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Barak, Kwakwadas.